Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. All right, guys, we got CM Iron, my boy, with a special gift, a special code to all of us. CM Iron's White Day special gift event is going on. Warm spring vibes are finally in the air, and with them, a sweet white day has arrived. I have no idea what the hell that is. We know many of your hunters are busy day, fiercely challenging the workshop of Brilliant Light, Rock Passa, clear event, or farming artifacts to reach new heights. Doesn't got that wrong, guys. He's absolutely right on that. Sure, you once I, CM Iron, have dropped with some unexpected surprises and a heart full of support. So white with one instead day, unstable dungeon key. Let me put this a little higher so you guys can see the code. There it is. White day, unstable dungeon key times 10, level 120 artifact recipe times 10, artifact enhancement reset ticket times 5, and we got ourselves artifact enhancement chip 2 times 200. All right, guys, we're going to go over what I did to finish hard mode for top 1000 for those who are planning to finish it, so I can give you guys a quick little hand, and hopefully it gives you guys an idea of how to get it done yourselves. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Folks, before we continue with the video, I want to remind everybody Content Creator Program is back. That's right. You guys can now click that support button, get yourselves in for some free codes. We have 2 codes on the way with another 5 coming afterwards. So make sure you hit that code, guys. It's absolutely free. It's pinned in every single comment section and in every single description of every single video. So it makes it easy for you guys. It's free. It's easy. And make sure you'll join the Discord. I did update the Discord profile, guys, as well as the Discord link. So it is working now as it wasn't before. Thank you so much for watching. Let's get on with the video. All right, folks, let's get back into this video. So we're going to talk a little bit about what I did live to finish this. Now, there's a couple easier ways to do this first fight, but I'm going to show you guys what I did in order to get it done in terms of my way. There's 2 different functions you can go with. Number one, the all dark setup, okay, which is going to be your infusion skill silent strike, which is going to be with magnifying slashes. I don't recommend this way. This was the tougher way to do it. You could instead use, instead of magnifying slashes, sonic stream fire attack, specifically because it actually activates your core attack and gives you 280% more damage at the mythic stage, which is exactly what you want for 7 seconds, because it does your rogue damage amplified by 280%. It does insane amount of damage, so that's what you want to do. I'm using 8-piece regular gear. For Sun Ki-hoon, we're using the brand new gear for breaking. For Igris, we're using the new infusion gear, and for Freehan, we're using the new blessing gear, or the new support gear, right? So all 8 pieces across the board, guys, all brand new. And of course, ultimate damage we're using for dark element, and then for the weapons we have the transfiguration key plus the rogue. Now remember, you can make this easier on yourself by using the sonic stream with fire element. Yes, you're like, Payne, why would you use fire? Again, it is to maximize the amount of core damage you do with your rogue. So the first fight we're going to show you guys real quick here, and you guys see I do switch it over into that right there. Let me see right here. Go right there. There it is right there. So you guys can see right there. I'm pausing it. Core attack damage by 280% for 7 seconds. The main thing to remember here, guys, through this fight is you need to connect with the last hit for that buff to activate, okay? So very simple to do, and you guys can see I do switch this out for Tusk. Yes, Tusk does add more core damage. Core damage is really the key for this fight specifically, so you can use either or. It's up to you. I went with Tusk just to prove a point, and it actually ended up working out really well for me. This Tusk made this fight easy with the fire sonic stream. You can probably keep Dusty in there, to be honest. It'll be just as good. That 40% is pretty useless, but there you guys can see full on gear, 8-piece across the board, and we go ahead and jump into this fight. Now, the main thing to remember about this fight is very straightforward. Keep your infusion damage up. Always make sure you have Shadow Step going. You guys can see Shadow Step is always up. In the first rotation, we get infusion, and you want to make sure you completely connect with that move right there, right? The sonic stream, and that way you just do pure core. The main thing with the rogue is staying in front of your opponent, or not in front, you can stay in the back, just make sure you're close. Proximity matters the most, okay? And now another key thing is I have the QT with the freeze. Whenever you do a big damage move, try to freeze him, because when he's frozen, you actually end up doing more damage anyways, right? So again, make sure your overload is running as much as possible. Save your ultimates for your overload sessions, okay? So if you don't do that, you're wasting your damage. So make sure you do that all the time. And at all costs, guys, you always activate that skill. Always activate that right there. Don't get out of it, because if you get out of it, your last hit will not connect, which means your core damage won't increase. So this is very, very important, okay? So you guys can see here, we're doing a little bit of damage. We're going to keep going across the board. Now, when you get him to about 70% or so, it kind of switches a little bit on the phase part right here, right? We're going to push him a little further. You guys can see 67%. I'm maintaining all my damage when my actual infusion is up. So right here, you're going to make sure you have an infusion available or a break. He's going to go into this phase. You got to run up to him, cast any infusion skill or any break skill. So Ki-hoon works, Igris works, it doesn't matter. Right here, again, make sure, guys, you guys can see I'm always saving all my skills specifically for that last part. Every time my infusion is up, I'm always casting all my skills. Once you do the first break, everything else just kind of falls into place, right? It's just the same rotation every time until you hit roughly about 50%. And then from there, all you're doing is you're doing the tap button where you're going to throw them like Hulk smash, and then you put them through the ringer and you kill them. So if you guys wondering what my TP was here, it was 4.1 million to get the first fight done. It was pretty straightforward and easy. I did mess up a few times here and there, but at the end of the night, it was a simple thing, right? So this was probably the easiest fight. Actually, I take that back. Surprisingly, the second fight was the easiest fight, but this is one of the first fights you want to go through, and this is how you do it right here, right? So when you hit about 30% right here, you guys are going to see he goes into this mode. This is where you're going to do your trigger. You're going to throw him back. It's going to give you another break. It gives you an opportunity to jump back in, do your shadow step, and then do your infusion again, and make sure you do full-on damage here. You guys can see we got a minute 25 with 31% left, and this fight pretty much is over once this phase hits. You need at least a minute 10 to get to the last phase and get it done, and from there it's just a walk in the park, guys. So you guys can see I messed up a few times here. That's why you're seeing this last a little longer than it should, but at the end of the day, we still got it done with, I think, only 5 seconds left or so, because I kept messing up and I was live. So yeah, very straightforward. 0.5 seconds. There you guys go. So very straightforward. So key things to take from this fight. Okay, number one, infusion always has to be up, always up. Okay. Number two, forget magnifying slashes. Use the fire sonic stream, and make sure when you cast it all the way with the last hit, and then you cast your rogue, and your rogue should be cast during the infusion stage or the overload stage for 14 seconds. Always cast your ultimate at all times with that stage in hand. Okay, always cast it. It's a no-brainer on that one. And then the other thing you want to make sure you do is always make sure the timer on your infusion goes down to 0 before you cast Igris, before you cast your Silent Strike, and before you cast your Transfiguration Key, to make sure infusion is always up. You essentially need it up at all times to make it work. The boss doesn't hit hard, but he is super tanky. And then of course, if you freeze him with your QTE, make sure you cast your ultimate around then just to do a little bit more damage, or your rogue. It doesn't matter. Remember, you can dash out of it whenever you need to in order to make that work out. So there you guys go. That's the first fight. The second fight was quite honestly very simple as well too. The team we ran in this one is actually Freerin. We ran with Mary and Cha, and we did it without blessings. This was a very easy fight, and it was one fight where honestly I thought was going to be the toughest in the entire place. I ended up being wrong. Freerin just makes everything much easier. Now, if you don't have Freerin, your other option is going to be Soren. So we're going to go ahead and set up a second video for this fight for you guys to see how it's done. But if you want to check out the whole thing, you guys can see we did it with 4.095. You guys can go check out the live stream that's already been up with the entire fight fighting. Part 1 has this fight and the second fight. And so the first fight and second fight, and part 2 has the last fight with Rock Passa and me completing it. So part 2 of this video, guys, will be coming out tomorrow with part 3 together. That way you guys get a full guide of all of WOBL. Remember, the key thing here is you got to just finish with Sun Jin-woo. The Hunter's fight at the end with win doesn't matter. You will be top 1,000 if you hit it. Right now, we are only at 500 kills, maybe a little bit more at this point. Expect this one to be a very long one, guys. So buckle in, get ready, use this guide to your advantage, and get yourself through this, hopefully in the top 6,000. If not, don't stress. There's going to be more to come. But again, the next 2 guides will be coming out tomorrow. Thanks again for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.